Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? This is Let's Talk, a day of a life of an actor. This is the first episode, so I'm just gonna go through a little different stuff. Basically, Saturday I went to a cold reading of Convicted. It's a local movie that's being done. Basically, it was just actually a meet and greet again, and the director talked about the different aspects, ex, different parts of the movie and stuff like that. What's the backstory, how it relates to her. Basically, it's just a Christian movie that talks about redemption. Because the guy named Tony, he was raised in the church. And then he guess he left the church, and then he got caught up in the streets and stuff like that. So he was in the gang. He was trying to get out the gang, and then basically they said that he got shot, and that was his way, only way he got out of the gang. So that's like a tragic story. So I'm not for sure if this is like a true life story movie or stuff like that, but it was pretty good. I'm gonna say it was about 20 of us, 25 of us in the room, and basically we was like waiting in the waiting room to go to the next room. So they had us in there, basically, people asking questions, and some people were booked for the same role, so they were trying to diffuse that and get the better understanding. People were asking a lot of questions, so it was only like two of them. The director and the producer was there, and so it wasn't like disorganized, but it was I think it was a lot for them to answer all the questions and stuff like that. I feel that it should have been like two assistant people there to make it a little more organized, or section the people off, because if some people had their scripts and their release letter and some people didn't, certain people didn't get the email that the producer that sent out. So it was confusion about that. Who got the email, who didn't. But I guess it was a good thing that everyone showed up for the cold reading. So basically, it was like between like 1 o'clock to about 2:30 or something like that. Um, so what I did, since there was a lot of confusion that day, I this morning text the producer to to tell him who I was and stuff like that. So I got another day to come in to do a monologue, and so that's what I'm working on now. Basically, I can let me see if I can do. I'm gonna look on the script, so I'm not gonna try to. Yeah, I'm gonna look on the script. So this is my monologue. It's called Small Town. Sometimes I imagine myself living in a remote town, eh, somewhere in the middle of. No, let me start over. Sometimes I imagine myself living in a remote town, somewhere in the middle of America, just taking in the nature and working the land to feed and to support my life. Peace, quiet, no TV, no internet, no smartphone, no one around for miles. A tiny little town where I can venture into from time to time with just a market, a post office, a gas station, and a hardware store. So okay, I'm gonna do it again. Sometimes I imagine myself living in a remote town, somewhere in the middle of America, just taking in the nature and working the land to feed and support myself, to support my life. Peace, quiet, no TV, no internet, no smartphone, no one around for miles. A tiny little town where I could venture into from time to time with just a market, a post office, a gas station, and a hardware store. So that's basically my monologue that I'm going to do. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then Monday, I'm gonna be an extra for in a fight scene at a workout gym on Puritan in Wyoming. It's not too far from Marygrove College and the Northwest Activity Center. So basically, I'm gonna get up in the morning and catch the bus to go there and see what happens. I hope everything works out pretty good and stuff like that. And it's a non-paid gig, so they said basically they're gonna give us movie credits, and they also going to serve us food and stuff like that. So when they say food, it's like snacks, like chips, cookies, water. Yeah, water. No, I don't think they're gonna have soda or any pop or anything like that. So, it's pretty good. And I find most of my information on Facebook. So they have like groups like it's called Michigan Opportunity for Actors in Michigan and stuff like that. So they have a lot of jobs and uh, it's a pretty popular fan page. I mean group. Well, it's like a group on Facebook. So it's pretty much popular. So I found that's how I found Convicted, and then I found this fight scene that I'm gonna be an extra in. And basically, they want us to wear like regular day clothes and stuff like that. So that's gonna be cool. Um, I wonder if it was gonna be somebody that comes in. So no one came in. So basically, I would like you to like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment so I can come back and we can have a conversation. Then if you have any questions and stuff like that, like questions like how to be an actor or how do you find gigs, what acting class should I take, different stuff like that. We can keep the conversation going, and most likely I could do a different video each time. So that's about it. So take it easy.